What up, family? So I know y'all saw the title of today's video. I was wrong. Yes, I was wrong. You read it right about the Samsung Galaxy 4. And if you guys are somebody out there that's crossed between either getting the Galaxy Watch 5 or thinking about getting that Watch 5 Pro, or either just buying the Galaxy Watch 4 or the Watch 4 Classic, then you guys are in the right place, because I'm gonna be breaking down y'all from a build quality perspective, like wear and tear, battery life, features, amount of updates, and just the overall value of money that I spent, and was it actually worth it after a full year of using this watch. But before we actually get into what I was wrong about, y'all already know what to do and what we do over here. So comment down below right now how many likes is on this video at the time of you guys are watching it, and also make sure y'all go ahead and hit that like button too and run these video views up. Let's get it. All right, y'all, so no more waiting. Yes, y'all, I was wrong about this Galaxy Watch 4 as well as the Watch 4 Classic after spending a whole year with this watch, because there is one main reason why I feel like it's hard for me to recommend this watch to you guys. But before I actually tell you guys that, let's go ahead and start with breaking down like just the overall wear and tear from a build quality perspective. Now, this is me, and this is just me being 100% honest with y'all, man. Now, I wore this watch literally all the freaking time. Like, literally, if I had to put like days out of the 365 days, I would probably go with, like, I don't know, 352 days, you know, give or take a day. Now, I legit stopped wearing my Apple Watch because of this watch, man, because I like this so much. I felt like it was just a really good watch, and also I like the circular design versus something like a square watch or what we get with Apple Watches, right? Now, when it comes to actual build quality, right, it's no question this watch I feel like is a solid watch. Like, I got some little like micro scratches and stuff like this on the sides, as well as some here on the back, but even then you gotta look like super close to see it, and even when you up close on it, it's still kind of hard to see it. So when it comes to wear and tear with this watch, I give it a 9 out of 10, man, because I feel like this watch still looks as good as it did on day one to me. All right, y'all, so the next thing we got to talk about, and that is the main #1 reason as to why I personally find it hard for me to recommend that you guys actually buy this watch here, and it 100% has to deal with the battery life. Now, this is where I give it, y'all, a 3 out of 10, and that's just me being generous, y'all. For the battery life on this watch, for like a solid month, I was getting like 2 to 3 days off of a single charge. Then Samsung had issues with the digital rotating bezel, or on the side here that you guys can see me kind of scrolling through right here. It wasn't as fluent as it kind of is today, so they began pushing out a bunch of updates to fix it, and I felt like after every single update, the battery performance on this watch just got weaker and weaker. So after using this watch consistently for, like, you know, 352 days, give or take a day here and there, I get like a half a day of battery life before I have to charge this bad boy up. And honestly, y'all, my measure for a decent battery on a smartwatch or even a phone is that it has to get me through a work day, and I felt like with the Watch 4, honestly, y'all, after work I gotta put this bad boy on the charger and charge it up, and that to me is a deal breaker, y'all. And I honestly feel like Samsung used the Galaxy Watch 4 to kind of give us this new redesign, as well as to be able to test out some of the new features and all of that to get us ready for the Galaxy Watch 5 as well as the Watch 5 Pro that comes out, which I will have both of those right here on the channel for you guys. So definitely make sure you guys hit that like button if y'all are hyped for those videos that's coming y'all way. Now, I personally would have rather Samsung just either skip a year to go ahead and work out a lot of the kinks before giving us a product that you basically used us for like testing purposes for the Galaxy Watch 5 as well as the Watch 5 Pro at the expense of our experience as well as our money. And I think that a lot of y'all out there experienced the exact same disappointment when it came to this, because I already know a lot of y'all comment down in my videos talking about how bad the battery life is, so I already know y'all know what's up. Now, hopefully y'all on the Watch 5 Pro and the Watch 5, the battery life is going to be much better, but again, I'm gonna have it here on the channel and I'm gonna be letting y'all know, so only time is gonna tell with that. So speaking of this whole digital crown thing that I kind of been talking about, and look at that, I'm trying to do it right now and it ain't working, see what I mean? So, but yeah, speaking of this whole digital crown, man, this is something that they introduced with the Watch 4. Now, in the beginning, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, it was not good at all. I was like, it's like the screen couldn't recognize the direction that I wanted to go as far as navigating this watch, and it was like a cool concept in theory, but it just had poor execution in my eyes with this thing. And so a couple months went ahead and went by, and they went ahead and pushed out an update that fixed, I would say, probably 85% of the digital dial issue that I had on this Watch 4. Now, if I'm being real with y'all, since the beginning, the experience of it just not working right, I just decided not to really use it as much. Now, I'm not saying that it actually can't be, you know, functional or be useful. It's just for my personal experience with it initially was so bad that it just kind of deterred me from really using it, because I just felt like it was more of a gimmick than a feature that added any value to this watch, if that makes sense. Now, speaking of adding value, right, I'm all about using things that are pretty much going to add value, and as well as just kind of bring me comfort. And I must say, y'all, when it comes to this watch right here, this has probably been the most comfortable watch to wear, as well as sometimes, man, I literally forget that I even got this watch on. And to me, y'all, I feel like that's a good thing, because if I'm just like out and about and, you know, I don't really want to feel like I got just something heavy on me and just making it just uncomfortable to wear. So comfortability, y'all, when it comes to this watch, for wearing it for an entire year, 100% is a 10 out of 10 for me. All right, y'all, so the next thing we got to cover, and that is the features on this watch and how well the software has held up over time with using this for a full year. Now, to me, this is where I personally feel like the Galaxy Watch has shined. Now, some of the things that I use pretty often is the tracking steps, because throughout the day, I would actually try to beat like my previous day, and every day it just kind of became a game to me. So some days I would either beat my previous day, and then some days I wouldn't beat my previous days. And then the days that I didn't, it just kind of made me want to just kind of get out and about and just kind of move around. Now, I also love the health side features of this watch, like being able to see your body composition. I thought this was actually a really dope feature, man, that they added to the Galaxy Watch series. Now, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I didn't use it like every day, because I feel like that'd be kind of weird to use every day, but the times that I did use it, it was kind of cool to see a lot of that data. Now, my only flaw with this feature is actually getting it to read your data sometimes, because when I would put my two fingers here on the side, like the buttons, it would be kind of hard and it wouldn't really measure it all the time. It wouldn't really read it right, and then I would have to start over. It was just a whole thing. I just personally wish it was a little bit more easier to get those readings on this watch versus using the two fingers. I don't know if there's a way that they can use the back biometric sensors to be able to do it, but I don't know. The two fingers on the side, I just wish there was a better way to do that. Now, one feature that I thought I wasn't going to actually use a lot, but I end up using it a whole lot, and that is the sleep tracking feature. Now, the only downside to this is obviously having to wear it to bed, and it was kind of uncomfortable at first, but once you actually get used to it, you get past it, it's not a problem at all. Now, the amount of information that you receive in the health app is actually pretty impressive when it comes to the sleep tracking feature, like your sleeping patterns, like how long you guys have been sleeping, what percentage of the sleep you was in the different stages of sleep, and all of that information. And I just felt like it kind of made you want to, it just made you more like health conscious of, you know, if you're getting a lot of sleep or if you're not getting a lot of sleep. And I felt like that was a dope feature with this watch. Now, another thing I gotta mention, I feel like I'll be doing it a disservice if I didn't, and that is Google Assistant. And to be honest with y'all, I felt like Google Assistant was a little late on this watch, and it was a huge disappointment, because by them switching to Wear OS, I just figured that this would have been something we would have got day one, but instead we didn't get it until like month 9 or 10, which is kind of ridiculous if you're asking me. But nonetheless, Google Assistant on this watch, it does work really well natively. I'm able to turn on and off my lights, ask for the weather, directions, and all kind of things like that. So features on this watch overall, I would give it probably like a 7 or 8 out of 10 for sure. It's useful, but sometimes it's buggy at the same time. Now, the last thing when it comes to software, we just need better on this watch, and that is watch faces. But if you guys are looking for some banging watch faces that I've kind of been changing throughout this video, then I'll go ahead and throw it right up here on the card for you guys to check out that video, and I'll have it down in the description section below. All right, y'all, so the last thing but not least, y'all, is was it a good purchase from an overall value perspective for my money, and was it actually worth buying? I will say this, right? This overall is a damn good watch, but not having great battery life to me makes it a tough sell for me to be able to recommend to you all to go ahead and buy this watch right now. Now, I guess you could just bring your charger around with you, but let's be honest, who's walking around with a watch for a charger out here? Like nobody. But when it comes to the overall wear and tear, as well as quality, features, and all of that you guys are getting, I feel like it is worth it for sure. But if it was me, and let's say I was in a situation like you guys may be in where you don't have any other watches, then I may actually wait and see what I may actually say about the Watch 5 as well as the Watch 5 Pro, because the battery life may be way better and it incorporates a lot of the Watch 4 features in it. So you're essentially getting the exact same watch with the potential of fixing the one main issue that I had with this watch here within a whole year's time on the Galaxy Watch 4. Now, speaking of the Watch 5 as well as the Watch 5 Pro, I talk about all of that here in this video that's right up here on the screen. So make sure you guys check that out right now, and remember, always make your move and remember your why, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Squad.